All right, fellas. So row one today. This is what my current leg workout looks like right now. So I'm going to get a breakthrough of it all. So start off with a couple of pre-exhaustion movements. Get the legs nice and warm. So starting off with a leg extension, nice and slow and controlled movements all the way down. I like to really slow it on the way up as well, almost like you're dragging the weight up. I see a lot of people like jolting back and forth. You really want to put your muscle under as much tension for a prolonged period of time. Okay, nice. Obviously, a little bit of a pause at the top. Nice and slow and controlled on the way down. Okay, like I said. You want to cause as much damage, as much stress as possible on these or on your quads, essentially. And you'll see here my legs start to shake. This is exactly the intensity I want you to work towards on every single exercise. Okay. Next movement we'll be going into is a little bit of a different one. You may not have it in your gym, but this same applies to like a seated leg curl or anything like that. The standard leg curl. Okay, so I'm not really a big fan of it, but this is what my gym has. So when obviously doing this movement, again, same with obviously the leg extension, nice and slow and controlled movement at the bottom, nice squeeze at the top. The big one with this here is you really want that mind to muscle connection. So real solely focus on pushing that heel up to your arse, right? A lot of people again like to jolt back and forward with this. Very, very easy to do. You're much, much better going lighter, but again, much slower and really squeezing that muscle from literally as you start to push up here. Okay. So you'll see how slow I come down on that negative and obviously how much I'm squeezing at the top. So again, you're getting more out of the movement every single rep. Okay. Every single set, every single rep, maximum intensity. Yeah. It's nice and slow. The biggest thing is, like I said, that heel drive into your arse. That's going to give massive, massive mind to muscle connection. The next one, again, a little bit of a break for the big movements. Again, I won't recommend it, but doing calf raises in sliders. So again, I prefer this on leg press. I feel it a lot, but obviously this feedback's going to apply to literally wherever, whatever movement you're going to be doing it on, whether it's Smith machine, seated calf raise, whatever else. So what you want to do is you want to keep, obviously, imagine that heel coming under the leg press. Okay, so slight bend in that knee, so there's no pressure on that knee joint coming back bringing that toe back to your shin as far as you can. Big, nice, deep stretch. When a key point with this, when I tell people to do this, then they start bending the knee. Again, you're lowering, well, you're not getting as much range of motion. Okay. We really, really want to slow that negative, but we also want to make sure that you're bringing that knee as close to that. You're bringing that shin. You bring that foot as close to that shin as possible. Okay. And then a nice big squeeze at the top. Again, get as much out of that movement as humanly possible. This is a big one for me. I need to like let the calves just don't grow, do they? The calves just do not grow, no matter how much we train them. Like, look at this, right? This is really frustrating. I just thought I'd keep this in. My gym in my apartment, they've put the leg press too close to the wall there, to that pillar, and it doesn't go all the way down. So I've had to put they have to put the weights on obviously a higher level, which is ridiculous. So couple of key things on this. Again, you'll see that I've got no shoes on. Again, I'll always push this with people. Again, you want that flat surface, either flat surface shoe or just general flat surface. So I just like to feel. Again, it sounds a bit weird, but I like to feel the actual weight plate itself. So I'll always go just obviously in socks. It helps me just obviously get more mind to muscle connection, more out of the movement. Some people, like I said, if you're going to do like shoes or whatever, I would recommend like Converse or like Air Force or something like that with a very, very flat surface shoe. You don't want like bubbles in your shoes or anything like that. Like it will just cause instability, and then it can cause some sort of like tension, obviously, in your glutes and your hips, stuff that you don't essentially want. Okay, so again, nice and slow and controlled movement all the way down. And again, what I see with this is people sell themselves short and do not go down as low as they should do. You'll see the depth here. So nice 4 to 5 seconds, probably like 6 seconds, but really, really low, really trying to drive that knee as close to your chest as possible. The lower you go, the more muscles you're going to activate. Okay, nice and low. And then as I'm pressing, and again, I'm not shooting up, I'm not exploding up, I'm really driving the weight through my heel, getting maximum amount of tension through my quad, and then repeating that same movement again, nice and slow on the way down, gripping the handles at the side, you'll see as well. Like we see the intensity, but like gripping the handles to pull myself into the seat, that's a massive, massive cue as well. I see a lot of people, they just hold on to the other handles that are quite far out, and then sometimes their arse and the hips can lift off the bench. You want to really use these handles to drag yourself into the seat. Okay, and then obviously you peel yourself off the leg press. Like obviously you'll see me regretting life right there. And then one of the last movements is squats. Yes, I do leave squats to the last exercise of the workout. Again, I love the picking the hard option all the time. So again, obviously, I'll do mine on a Smith machine. Again, it just gives me a lot more stability, in my opinion. Allows me to go a little bit heavier, whilst obviously being a little bit safer. Okay, I'm always about really, really slowing down my exercises, really, really putting that muscle. Yes, challenging it in the short range, but also the length and range, but spending as much time within them ranges as humanly possible. Like I said, the more time you do that, you're going to put your muscle under more tension, obviously more tension, more stress, more growth, essentially overall. So you'll see as well, every single rep, I will take a big deep breath in there. I'm really like bracing is what you would call it. So again, when you brace, you trap a bit of air in that lower stomach. It helps protect that lower back. Okay, so as low as you go, like I said, you can see how low I'm going, like aster grass as they call it. And then, like I said, nice and slow on the way up. But really, 4 to 5 seconds. That's my big thing. 4 to 5 seconds on the way down, nice and slow, negative. And just make sure as well, a couple of key things, just to again minimize that obviously back involvement is you want to make sure that you are obviously you'll have to hook the Smith machine, the actual barbell off the Smith machine. You want to make sure that you are hooking it back, you're keeping your chest as high as possible, and you're keeping your shoulders back as well. It'll just help keep your spine in alignment. Just obviously, I slapped off a little bit towards the back end there. And then, yeah, me regretting life yet again. And then I'll always just burn out with obviously, I did a set of lunges after this, barbell lunges, but then I'll always do a bit of a finisher. So 20 lunges on each leg. So 20 on the left, 20 on the right. And then I will call that a wrap. Obviously, when you physically can't walk and you're crawling out of the gym, that's when you know you're physically done. So, yeah, hopefully, like I said, a bit of a quick one. Obviously, a bit of obviously a raw one, bit of a quick run through in terms of what my leg workout looks like right now. So obviously, yeah, comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz. If you like it, like I said, let me know. If you don't, also let me know. Like I said, your feedback is massive. Speak to you soon. Peace.